Hello, my friends, and welcome. Welcome back. Yes, school's open, my friends. It's another learning experience with the older man. Today, we're going to discuss this one very controversial subject. It's going to ruffle some feathers, but it has to be taught to you, gentlemen. Yes, it's for you, gentlemen. The illusion of a good woman. Gentlemen, you have to learn the illusion of woman. Yes, we're going to talk about it. Now, here's the gist of this. In order for a woman to attract a man, for him to protect and provide for her, she has to project this feeling that she's a gem. She is worth taking care of. You have to understand that, ladies. You do that very well. That's why reputation destruction amongst women is such a potent weapon. Who do you think call women the B word? More women or more men? The S word starts with S, ends with T. SLUT. Who calls women more? Men or women? Or the whole word? Who calls each other that more? Men or women? I'm not saying men don't do it, but whenever a woman wants to insult another woman, she will use these derogatory terms at its maximum. Every other word. That's it. That slut. That bitch. That ba. That bitch. That ba. I can't stand that hoe. I can't. And listen, I can't use bad words in the first 10 minutes of YouTube videos. Otherwise, I'll get demonetized, right? So that's why I'm holding this back. But you guys have to understand that it is essential for the woman to maintain herself as the higher status over other women in order to compete. Gentlemen, you have to learn that. For her to be seen as a jewel that man would want to hold precious, he'd want to invest in that. He'd want to see her as the amazing thing that he can put his time, effort, or his meat. Let's call it what it is. He has to put his money, energy, attention, and time, that acronym, meat. Thank you, Coach Adams, for that. I always thanking you for that, brother. Giving credit where credit is due. Meat. That man has to see that woman as the most precious thing. However, gentlemen, we're now seeing that is not the case. You have to stop seeing women like that. You have to bring it down a notch, my friends. Otherwise, you're going to get hurt. And for that reason, I want you guys to understand this message. Now, you might say to yourself, but older man, Paul, you're married to a woman. You have a wife. Yes, I do. But I do not pedestalize her. I don't put her up there. She has a purpose. She has given me her womb, but she's just a woman. I've learned this very quickly because in my last relationships, I have been disappointed. So I've just brought my expectations down for what I expect from women. I'm not saying that it's not worth getting involved with a woman to build with. I'm just saying I don't get stupid. I don't put them on a pedestal anymore. That is some simp behavior. So we're going to get into some videos, guys, but some public service announcements first. Subscribe if you haven't already. Get me over on Instagram if you would like to just ask a quick question on Ask an Older Man. And of course, join our membership community. Go over to askanolderman.com. Right now, it is free. Enjoy everything free as we open. We should be opening up in the next couple of days, if not today. I say that because I wanted to open up on July 1st. Today is July 1st in Dubai. Tomorrow, it'll be for you guys tomorrow, but that's the goal. I can still see it's going to have a few bugs, but bear with me, guys. We're getting there. Okay? And of course, if you want to book a chat with me, by all means do that. The same website, askanolderman.com. And you can have a half an hour or 1 hour conversation with me. Okay, so my friends, let's get into the first video. And this is a woman who's basically just admitting that, yeah, woman ain't all that. And like you guys know, man, whenever it comes to female issues where I have to talk in any negative terms about women, I will make the woman say it. I don't have to say it. A lot of women out there are just admitting it right now. Thank God for the platforms, man.
Girls are not sweet. Whoever told you that, don't be naive. probably the perception you have because of seeing Kajol with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah, I know. But in the real world, as much as, we bash men, because like we have this thing where it's in fashion to bash men and be like, men are all assholes. And a lot of women are crazy. A lot of women are crazy. A lot of women are conniving. A lot of them are great actors in real life. Maybe not in front of the camera, but in real life, yes. And they will portray a certain image and, they will suck you in to a reality that doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
That's
how I felt.
Yeah. They will lie to you. They'll play you. They'll manipulate situations and they'll emotionally manipulate you. Oh man, some girls are so good at that. Girls are not sweet.
Oh, I'm so glad she said it. Yes. And that's what we're going to get into today, gentlemen. You have to lift the veil off your eyes. Girls are not sweet. Okay? So let's get into it.
Who are more loyal, men or women?
I think men if they are in love.
Why do you think so?
Because women often are searching for missing things in their life in other men. If men are in love, they're giving everything to women.
Oh, she just said it nicely. Men, we get stupid when we love a woman. A woman don't have to love us. She just has to respect us. Men, we have to love that woman. There's a big difference between respect and love. A man can go out, slap another woman, and still come home and love his wife. Still come home, love his woman. But if a woman did the same thing, that is massive disrespect to a man. That is not the same thing. If she can go out and do it and come back and smile in this man's face, that disrespect will destroy the marriage rather than the love. Think about it. Every single romance movie that you've seen, right? Every single one of them. And the man goes out and cheat. And, the wife or the girlfriend finds out. And what's the first thing she asks him after she has stopped the screaming and how could you do this? After she's calmed down, what's the first thing she says? Well, do you love her? And the guy said, no, baby, no, of course I didn't love her. I don't love her. It's just sex. I was horny or, it was just a one thing. And then 9 times out of 10, she will work on repairing the relationship. But the opposite cannot occur. If a woman sleeps out, cheats on the man, she do it once, she will do it again. Because once the woman knows that she can get away with one of the worst things that she could do to a man, she knows that she can get away with anything. And any man who lets that slide, my friend, you're just in for a rough ride for the rest of your life. Because women and men do not think the same.
Second, he puts the woman over his purpose. So the woman he's dealing with has to be aligned with his purpose. She has to add to him. She cannot take it away. So if you're not where you need to be at and she hollering, oh, he ain't doing enough, he ain't paying these bills or taking me shopping, listen, cut that bitch off the roster.
Do not give everything to a woman, my friends. Gentlemen, if you do that, you're going to get someone who just keeps taking, and keeps taking. If you give her $100 today, and for the next 8 months, you give her $100. Eventually, she's going to ask and demand or expect $150. And if you don't provide that $150, she's gonna call you out on it. Why can't you get any more? Why is it that you can't do more than this? I need to do this. I need this now. I need this. I need to get this more. And all of a sudden, you better have that $150, and it keeps getting more and more and more. Instead of, you say, hey, here's this 100. This is just a special event. Good. Enjoy that. You want anything else? Hey, that's your responsibility. You get that. My job is to save our money and to be able to put enough away for our future when we can no longer work. My job is to make sure that I invest it so that whenever we have a problem, we don't have to suffer. Because a woman don't think of these things. All she thinks about is pleasure now. So anytime a woman takes over, my friend, and listen, don't start with this crap about, well, not all women are like that. Yes, I know not all women are like that. Some men are horrible. at finances, and some women are great at it. I just haven't met many women that are good at it, and it's just a fact. Women live for today. Men know that he has to put something away for tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to your guys' weekend.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. These guys are crazy.
You're supposed to say you're gonna miss me.
Oh, so sorry. I love you.
I love you more. You're supposed to say you love me more, and then we go back and forth.
Oh, I love you more.
It doesn't count if I have to tell you. What are you thinking about?
Can you give me a hint?
Yeah. This is the freaking biggest problem. Boys, whenever you hear women start with this crap, you shut it down right away. Shut it down right away. Don't ever make her get into this sort of, oh, you should have said that. You should have said, why didn't you say that? This, my friends, is what you call micro control. And what she's doing is she's scratching a little hole in the armor. It will keep getting worse and worse and worse. But once you plug that hole the first time, so the first thing is she saw him laughing. There is nothing worse for a woman than seeing her man happy, and he's happy for some other reason than her. That is what triggers a lot of women off first. Why the hell is he happy without me? I am not responsible for that happiness. That means someone or something else has triggered that happiness, and that shit is not acceptable. So she's gonna dig first. You're supposed to say you're gonna miss me. Hey, cut that shit out. You know I'm gonna miss you. You know I'm gonna miss you. Now come here. Come give me a kiss. Now hold that. Don't let this back and forth crap. Yes, I know it's a skit, but trust me, this is real as it gets. I've been through this crap many times, and I shut it down. At first, I used to play along with it, and I realized, no, women don't do this just to have fun. They do this shit just to manipulate your asses. This is how it starts. Now, this is where a lot of the control tries to originate, right here.
For a long time, mister.
You're grounded for a week.
That's it?
2 weeks.
2.
Do you want to deal with that? Because I don't. You keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. You flip my house upside down, it's going to flip your life upside down.
Oh my gosh! What are these doing in the hallway?
You know where they go.
What are they doing in the hallway?
It's unacceptable.
It's like I keep talking
Hey.
and nobody's listening to
Yeah,
me.
smarten up. Right? Smarten up, okay? I'll get it in 1 week. She'll come down. Okay?
You know what? Thank God my wife don't do this crap. Oh man, I'm so lucky. I keep telling you guys. And listen, don't ever think I have the perfect fucking wife. Because I know a lot of you in the comment about, oh, I want to meet your wife. She sounds so great. No, she's not all the time. But what I like is a lot of the major crazy shit she don't do. The stuff that you see on the internet that is posted that make people go like, what the hell? Thankfully, my wife don't do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have married her, right? She's very pragmatic and she has her head on pretty straight. Pretty straight. Right? So don't ever think that she's perfect. I'm not perfect, just so you know as well. But the point is, she don't do any crap like this. We cooperate with what we're going to tell our kids. She knows how I like to manage the house, and she does it, and she works with me accordingly. Sometimes she's a little bit more liberal on my teenager going out and, hanging out with her friends. But the girl's an A student. I can't fight that. She's she does incredibly well in her A levels. Glowing reviews. So, if she wants to go out and blow off some steam and relax with with her friends, I got to run her up and down, or the mom has to run her up and down. I got to pay an extra few dollars for Uber. To me, she deserves it. If she was failing educational wise, then I would have to say, no, I'll put my foot down. But sometimes I just feel it could be a little bit too much. And I will just say, hey, yeah, come on. She don't have to go to 2 parties in a week, every weekend, So all I'm saying is you got to be able to identify when the wife is using a lot of these controlling manipulative techniques especially when it's another boy in the house, she feels that she needs to be the man in the house. But when the father is going behind her back and contradicting what she's doing to the son, it makes him look like the pussy, like he's afraid to confront her. If this was the case, I would say, why you gotta talk to us like that? Why you gotta say this like that? It's just a freaking shoe. Just say, Ryan, next time, please put your shoes back in the closet. I'm sick and tired of you leaving your shoes out. Screaming and getting all emotional like this. Is this freaking stupid? I've seen so many women with it. It's freaking embarrassing to watch, really. But it's also another manipulation technique.
Okay, babe.
Yeah, what's up?
I just have some things on my mind that I need to get out of my mind. And it would mean a lot to me if you could listen, hold some space, and probably validate my experience a little bit. Can you do that?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, thank you. So yesterday I was...
Wow, that is a lot. I can tell you've been thinking about this for a long time. But you know what? If anyone can do it, it's you. You're smart, you're beautiful, you're talented. Maybe just follow your heart, meditate about it for a little bit. But in the end, I know you're going to make the right choice. So, I don't know. You're always right, and I love you.
Okay, that's all I needed.
That's some white people shit. I tell my wife this all the time. I said, do not expect that shit from me. Okay? I don't do that. It's worse because I'm Caribbean. I'll just say, listen, woman, stop that fuckery. You understand? I will just say, no, you're good. That's good, man. I like that, baby. You did a good job there. All right. So where are we going? The idea that women need this constant freaking validation for just being a human being, just being a normal human being, drives me insane. And when she demands it, things like this should only be rewarded when you've done something great, you know? But the idea that she wants it whenever she feels like she needs it, it's insane that a man got to comply. But, gentlemen, I'm telling you, sometimes you got to do it. Just do not freaking overdo it. Okay? Sometimes you got to do it just because she needs it. Now, I want to finish up with this story because this is nuts. Just showing you. Now, this one is all about be careful where you plant your seed, gentlemen. This is what happens when you're deceived as a man and the woman you married turned out to be quite crazy. That's why you have to give it some time. I do not recommend men, especially in today's day and age, to get married to any woman that he hasn't known for at least 3 to 5 years. Yep. Because you got to know the crazy before you commit to it. So this is a story that was downright frustrating. Remember what I discussed about reputation destruction? That is female's biggest weapon. Now I'm showing you here where it has been applied to the ex-husband and his new girlfriend.
This woman says that if something happens to her and her child, then her ex did it. Now y'all know how I feel about cries for help being ignored. But there's a lot to this story. First, this is her cry for help.
My name is Alexis Whiteman. I'm from Plymouth, Indiana. If anything happens to me or my child, Hazley, my name is Alexis, Elexus, Whiteman, Whiteman. If anything happens to me, if I come up missing, if I am murdered, if anything happens to me, it is because Darlene Rodriguez and Matthew Juarez are planning to hurt me, and they've been planning to murder me and to take my child from me. They have already taken my child from me, and they want to take me out because I know so much information that will get them in trouble, that will get them put in prison. They don't want to be sent to prison, so please just get this message out there. If anything happens to me, it is not my own doing.
And now her ex.
Now, imagine that message out there and your employer heard this message. Or you're a businessman and your customers heard this message. What do you think would happen? Total and utter ruination, right? And you can't sue her because she's your wife. Well, I don't know if they're still married in this case or this is his ex, but let's get into the story.
Responds.
My name is Matthew Juarez. This is Hazley Rain. She doesn't want to be in the camera. Okay. So Alexis Whiteman posted, saying that I'm trying to murder her. It's not true. She has mental issues. There's nothing really that can be done. She doesn't accept the therapy. She doesn't accept anything. The therapist that she did have ended up quitting. And so from there, since the therapist quit, she didn't want to go back and get a different therapist. I set up an appointment so she can get a different therapist. And no, she's off her meds. She took off to Florida. She totally forgot about the child, took off to Florida, picked up charges. I bailed her out. There's nothing really more to say, but life's hard. I'm getting a lot of crazy messages. Calm down, everyone. Calm down.
If I were planning on killing someone and somebody had a message out like that, more than likely that's what I would say, wouldn't it? No, come on. I'm not gonna delete anybody. Did I use the word? Yeah, I did use the K word. YouTube hate these words. No, I'm not gonna do anything. I would never do that. That's what a guy would say if he was innocent or if he was guilty of what he's being accused of, right? So the poor guy is screwed. So he's guilty. However the hell he want to come out and say this. Thankfully, we got men like this that's helping out other men.
I looked up his accusation of her being arrested in Florida, which is where they're not from. And he is right. And take a look at the charges. Pretty serious. And there's this comment from her mother. When you first look,
I'm going to pause it so I can read the comment because it don't make any sense just making it play. It's too fast. Alexis Whiteman. Hello, this is Alexis' mother. We are trying to file a report. The police are not cooperating with us. Oh, I wonder why. And don't believe us, even though they are felons. Matthew's brother was commenting on one of my posts saying that my daughter is mentally ill and not in danger. First of all, Matthew doesn't have a brother. Second, he has been sending my daughter death threats, sending her weapons in the mail, telling her to just pull it on herself and to cut herself till you bleed out and expire. Wow. Okay then. So this message is coming from Alexis Whiteman account, but it says, hello, this is Alexis' mother. Yeah, it sounds a little fishy to me. It sounds like the ex-wife is just making this crap up. And the charges on her was sort of like aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Ooh, yeah. And there's a $20,000 bond on that for her. And she's awaiting trial. So I like when people dig into these things because there's just so much crap on the internet these days. But I'm glad that this man is doing this, man. All right, let's hear the rest of the story.
but from everything I can find, she seems to be making it all up.
I haven't read any comments. I haven't looked at my phone. I've been super busy all day. I don't have time to respond to every single person. I'm crying. I need to continue life. I can't keep just going back to Alexis. In all reality, I'm financially unstable now due to everything I've had to pay for Alexis. Not in the terms of me taking care of her, but in the terms of now the court proceedings, the lawyer fees, the child. I take care of the child. I don't charge child support. I'm never going to get any child support. This is different. And I work on a farm. That's it.
Of course, there's more to this story, and I'm trying my best to not pass complete judgment. But from everything I can find, this is a good man. And she's a terrible person.
Gentlemen, please be careful. Don't just jump on the first little pretty face that you see and breed it and put a ring on it. You got to know that, man, I got to evaluate this very carefully, because once you put that ring on it, my friend, both of you are one, and your life can become a living nightmare.
Women are scary.
Don't lie.
Women are very scary.
Don't say-
treacherous in this dunya, I tell you.
Don't do that to us.
Oh, man, look. In this dunya, what the people that we see is very scary as a man.
Yeah, men are not comfortable committing anymore. And it's not because we're scared. We are very cautious. Most men just don't want to take the risk anymore with women. And it's a sorry state of affairs that we're in the relationship market. So my friends, listen, this is the best advice I can give you. Just vet very carefully before you commit. Number one, your seed. Stop going raw in these women and putting your seed in them, because once that happens, you are with them for life, whether you like it or not. You might think, oh, well, we're not married. You're still with them for life once the seed is there, my friend. Once you got a child with that woman, oh, that's it. You might as well realize that your whole life is going to change. And of course, once you put that ring on it and it's the wrong woman, it can go horribly wrong as well. So if you've reached this far, please give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, join the membership program by going over to askanolderman.com or book a session. Let's have a chat. Okay, always remember, man, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.